You got all the.
Always takes a second. All right, guys, welcome to Thursday night after the game of the women game that they almost blew but survived in overtime. And one of us, and I'm not naming names, one of us turned the game off when the game got tired because they thought they were going to lose.
That would be me. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'll be the first one to admit it. And I have done this for a very long time. If I was losing or if any of my teams were losing, I turn it. Most of the time they come back and win. So
Oh, sure.
you know.
You are almost banned from this podcast. Yeah.
I just hey, I get it from my dad. I'm sorry. My dad
You got to be an ace reporter. If you're going to work for media.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you better watch the whole game.
All right, let's take care of business first. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this. It's going to be a quick episode tonight. We don't have a lot to talk about except for the game, and if we stay on longer, it'll be you guys with your comments and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. The like button is really important for the algorithm because YouTube gets it out there to more people. And, when they search Hawkeyes, it'll pop up in their little thing. I don't know if you guys have ever tried searching try just typing Iowa Hawkeyes and see if my videos pop up. But every now and then, my wife says it'll pop up for her when she does it. But not as often as I'd like. But anyhow, we get more likes. It will happen.
Can I drop something before the game? We start talking about the game?
Mm-hmm. Can I finish what I'm doing?
We hired a replacement for Chris Polizzi's defensive analyst position, Mac McLaren from Southern Illinois. That was like breaking news.
Okay, I did see that pop up in my feed earlier. So what do you know about him? Anything about him?
I just know he grew up at N Liberty, so either North Liberty or New Liberty, Iowa. Anyway, he played football at Northern Iowa. He was a linebacker, and he wrecked his leg after 2 or 3 years, and he's been a tremendously successful defensive coach at Southern Illinois.
Was he the coordinator there? Defensive coordinator or just a position coach?
I know he was linebacker coach. I don't know if it was defensive coordinator or not. It's so new that I quickly skimmed it, and he's a young guy, and it's obviously I don't know if it'd be a step up in salary being an analyst at Iowa or not. Probably from Southern Illinois, which I think they had a real good football team this year. Maybe that was Illinois State. I don't know, but it'd be a resume builder if you can get on Iowa staff and be an analyst there, especially in that position, because if Seth Wallace is going to leave someplace, whether it's to the head job at Iowa or if he don't get the head job, he's going to be a defensive coordinator at Iowa or go off to some other college. So there's going to be a line of succession that builds in that job, and that's all I know. But
any news on who's replacing our offensive analyst? Yeah,
Ruggiero. I I would have no clue. Wouldn't know if that's somebody in. I would say there's two things there that, they brought in a tight end coach to help Abdul Hodge with this new West Coast lingo and everything. He could go up and do that. Maybe Tim Lester didn't find having that analyst doing that scouting report. Maybe Lester didn't find it very helpful. Who knows?
Let's hire Chip Kelly.
But I know one thing: Tim Lester will make the decision what he wants there, just like he did with Ruggiero and Omar Young, and he's got not equal footing with Kirk, but Kirk said that he's involved in the whole offense. So anyway,
cool.
But that was an exciting game tonight, Dean.
It was exciting because I got to tell you this. I was watching the game, and as you guys know, with about 3 minutes to go, we were up 17 points, right? You pretty much figure we got this one in the bag. We just don't do anything stupid. Okay. And so my wife comes out about 3 minutes left in the game, decides to sit down and watch the game with me, and then all hell fell apart. So I told her I'm blaming her for that. I didn't actually say that to her, but that's what happened.
Well, I understand, a pretty woman comes sit beside you, lost focus.
Oh yeah.
As a couch coach, and you fell apart. You weren't there for helping Jan anymore. So
yeah, but I kind of knew with about 3 minutes to go, when they started slowing down the ball and running the clock down to almost empty seconds there, because they're not good at that. They're not good at taking last second shots when they need to create an offense. And sometimes I think they wait too long to get into it. And I kind of knew that we're going to be in trouble, but I thought, well, we can still win this in regulation, but they're not going to come 17 points behind with Iowa screwing up. But then we created turnovers. Yeah, we created.
I was shocked.
Yeah, but anyway, we had turnovers at the end there, missed shots, because we were waiting too long at the ball, and they couldn't miss. But we were stepping aside and letting them. It's like Jan probably said, no more fouls. Because you notice that they just stepped away and let them lay it in uncontested, shoot 3-pointers uncontested. It's just like Maryland could do what they wanted. But Jason called us in our group chat. He said Maryland was exhausted, and it showed up in the overtime. Yeah. It showed how exhausted they were. Plus, two of their best starters were on the bench because of foul trouble. I mean, they fouled out. And I thought there was a third one. I can't remember if Puffenberger never fouled out, did she? But she wasn't really a factor tonight. And number 12, the girl from Indiana, I remember her very well, but she didn't look very effective tonight either. I just think the other girls were picking up the slack for them, both of them tonight.
Yeah, I made the comment to you at halftime that Maryland. I said there's no way that it can be this cold the second half. They were literally shooting 15% from 3-point land and like 24% from 2 overall. And I said, Maryland can't keep this up, but they kept it up. They couldn't hit nothing. Then all of a sudden they hit their last 7 of the game. And we must turn the ball over 4 times, didn't we, in the last minute or 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And that was just something that came together. Yeah.
Okay, so I just let's look at this team stats real quick. Iowa was 30 for 66 on field goals. They were 28 for 74. We shot it at 45% clip. They shot it at 37. We were 8 for 18 on 3-pointers, which was good for 44%. I'll take that any day.
Mm-hmm.
They were 5 for 21 in a 24% clip. This is interesting. We both shot 17 of 22 for free throws. And we both shot 77.3%.
Yeah.
Okay. But they out-rebounded us 40 to 37. So that's good. Two of the top 4 teams in the Big Ten who have rebounding margin against each other. You know, they have a 12-point rebounding number 2 in the Big Ten. They're 12 points. Well, you know what I mean. 12 rebounds ahead of the differential, and they only got 3 off of us. So, you know, that's good. We had 21 assists. They had 6 blocked shots. Who's blocking the shots? I didn't catch that. I didn't think they had any tall girl in there to do that. Steals. They had 7. We had 3. We had 16 turnovers. They had 17. So that's pretty equal.
Ugh.
They had 34 points in the paint. We had 32. So that's pretty equal. They actually committed more fouls than we did, 24 to 22. But shooting at the free throw line was pretty even.
I thought Journey Houston stepped up.
Oh my gosh.
You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just take a look at the individual.
Yeah, he said that he thought that Journey Houston really stepped up. What'd she score? Like 3 or 4 baskets in a row?
Yep. Got a couple offensive
run.
boards, got into the lane, got into the paint.
10 points in only 13 minutes, guys. 5 for 8 shooting for her.
That I think that was with Hayden on the bench too, with 4 fouls.
Yeah, she had 6 rebounds.
Ava just cannot stay out of foul trouble.
No. It's too handsy.
Well, you know, and this is another thing. Nothing against Ava and Hannah because they both played pretty decent overall games tonight, so I'm not going to criticize them that much.
Nope.
But I wish they both stepped out of their range to hit those 2-point mid-range shots. They need to step in a little closer to do those. Because I know they can hit them if they step in closer, but they both were a little out wide. But they were giving them space. They could have dribbled once or twice and gone in, or just gone all the way to the hoop and draw a foul.
Yeah, but I think Ava ended up, when she wasn't on the bench, I think she ended up like 8 out of 12 or 8 out of 13 or something. You know, she just
pretty well
she
from
had
the
like
field.
she either had 2, I think it was 2 moving screen calls.
Yep.
And she's just got to stand still when she's setting a screen. And I'm not criticizing her, but she's young and that's something she's got to do. Go ahead with your stats, Dean or Kyle.
Okay. Well, you're talking about Ava, 20 points, 9 for 13 shooting, 2 for 2 on free throws, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. But I didn't finish Hulk Stokey's line. 4 for 7 on free throws, so that's not bad. That's above her 50% shooting that she normally gets. 11 rebounds and 5 assists, so she had a double-double tonight. Ava's doing good. Chit Chat had a great game, 18 points. And she was money at the free throw line.
I think she's our best free throw shooter, too.
She is 7 for 8. I think Kylie Feuerbach is also pretty decent.
Kylie's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
Kylie's
pushing 90%.
Yeah. And I thought Chit Chat was too, but Chit Chat was 7 for 8 tonight. Kylie was 4 for 4, but she had 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and she drew a lot of fouls. Although what you sent me doesn't show what fouls she drew, how many fouls she drew, because that part's been cut off.
No, but her 4 for 4 for Kylie is all free throws.
Yeah.
I don't think Kylie scored at all except for them 4 free throws at the end of the game that were very key, you know, but
yes.
Yeah, she was that's her only 4 points.
Yeah, she sealed
was 0 for 3 and 0 for 1 on her shooting otherwise, which is okay. I'm okay with her not getting that many points because I mean, she's doing all the gutsy stuff that nobody else wants to do. You know, she plays physical. She doesn't mind. Her body's got to hurt after every game.
Yeah.
And
like I said, Journey stepped up.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to Journey's. Yeah.
Stremlo played good too.
Yes, she did. She didn't have that many turnovers either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stremlo in 12 minutes had 7 points, 3 for 4 shooting, 1 for 2 on 3-point line, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Deal tonight, 14 minutes, just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting and 0 for 1. She had 2 rebounds and 1 assist. I mean, that's about her normal type of game, But she was named freshman of the. We talked about that last night. She was named freshman of the week. Yet this week because of a great game. So I guess she's still young, new, so she's not gonna do that every game.
What was Journey's line, Dean?
I'm gonna give it to you right now. 13 minutes only, 10 points, 5 for 8 shooting, 0 for 1 on free throws, 6 rebounds, no assist. Yeah, when she came in for Ava, that's when things started happening. I go, I almost don't want Ava coming back in the game.
Which is she's getting like half a rebound per minute. I don't know how she does that.
She's like I said earlier, she's scrappy. She gets them extra possessions.
Yeah. Okay, then Layla Hayes only played 2 minutes. And I said in our group chat how much she scared me because I don't like it when she comes in and you notice she did not come in for Ava. Journey did.
No.
But yeah, she was 2 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 1 field goal. But she's got a lot to learn underneath that basket. She does a lot of dumb things underneath the basket. And I mean, I hope that she figures it out by the end of the year, just like Ava did last year, because Ava was doing the same dumb stuff last year too. But yeah,
all right. That's what freshmen make those mistakes. They got to learn from it.
Yeah, and apparently, she went with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She actually went with 9 this week. I mean, I think in Michigan State she went with 8. I don't remember who didn't get off the bench last game that got off the bench this game. Let's talk about some of the big guns. They had that Uzi Mundu. I think we said last night that she was going to be a 4. She had 18 points, 8 for 15, 12 rebounds. This says she only had 4 personal fouls, but she had 5, right? She fouled out? No, she did not. Okay.
It was that other girl. It was the other girl with a funny name.
Yeah. Okanawa. Okay. I should have listened to how they pronounce it.
I ain't trying it.
The first one was Monadu.
Monadu, yeah.
Yeah, Monadu, yeah.
She killed us on the offensive boards.
Yeah, she had 12 rebounds tonight and 1 turnover. But yeah, she had a nice double-double, 8 for 15 on the shooting. Addie Mack, I'm not number 3. That must be her number. Yeah, number 31 minutes, just 5 points, 2 for 8, and 0 for 2 on the 3. But she had 2 rebounds and 5 assists, so she was pretty active. The other one, which one had the knee brace and kept getting injured and made 3 attempts to come in and finally had to leave the game?
Is that Monadu? I think so.
Remember. No,
not her. It was the other one.
The one with 14
there was a girl named Walker that played pretty good, but I don't remember this girl with a brace on her leg.
They kept talking about it.
I hate Peacock, so I got to watch bits of the game, but
okay. Well, the deal with Peacock tonight is they had former Maryland people calling the game, so you had to get over the fact that was a very, very pro Maryland called game.
But Bluter was in the studio though too.
Yeah, she is, along with Aaliyah Boston. So they were in the studio tonight. That's pretty good.
How did they do? How'd they do?
They did really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, they did. They meshed really well.
Yeah, they do. And you got to give Lisa credit because she didn't let her Iowa bias show.
It did a little bit.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, it did a little bit, like at a halftime.
They had two of Caitlin's best friends in the studio tonight, Aaliyah and Lisa.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, Leah kind of took Caitlin under her
Caitlin's
wing when they
birthday
got
today.
there.
Saw that.
Happy
Today was
24th birthday, Caitlin.
Caitlin's birthday.
24. Yeah,
Yep.
and I know it because it's only a couple of weeks before my grandson's birthday, who's also 24. They both graduated in Des Moines in 2020, and they both went to college in 2020 to Iowa.
Cool.
All righty.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He said he knew her, but they weren't friends, so he just knew her, saw her, but it's nothing like they hung out with in groups or anything.
Man, the South Carolina Oklahoma game is good.
What's the score now?
59-57 Oklahoma. I got it by 2 right now.
What's Oklahoma ranked right now?
Oklahoma's 12th, I think.
Is that it? I thought they were higher.
16th. South Carolina second.
They only got 4. They only got 4 losses, but
okay. So
South Carolina's number 2.
I said this earlier that I predicted that.
Yep, there's the 4 points, Calvin, right there. Yep, your TV's a little bit faster than mine, so.
I said earlier today on another group chat that I felt South Carolina, Vanderbilt, UConn, and UCLA would be our final 4 teams, with
that's pretty
UConn
good.
over South Carolina for the title. I don't see where UConn loses a game this year. It could, but I don't see it myself.
I don't either. They're a better team than they were last year.
UCLA.
Now UCLA's lost a game or 2 though.
Yeah, hard to match up against Betts and.
Yeah, we're gonna struggle with UCLA. If we could just go into that game undefeated, I won't feel so bad losing that game.
Yeah. And Texas is also a very, very good team. But.
Yes.
Right.
Who was it? South Carolina lost to commit to Texas today. They decommitted from South Carolina and decided to go to Texas. I just saw that on my thing. Okay,
I've seen South Carolina got one of the top recruits in the entire country. What's her name? Eve Long or something like that.
They're going to get anybody they want. South Carolina and UConn, anybody they want, they're going to get.
Well, pretty much. They can't. They didn't get Aaron Willett. They didn't get McKenna Velitsko, but
yeah, that's true. Okay, Hoffenbarger played 39 minutes, 7 points, 2 for 10 for shooting, awful. 2 for 7 on her 3-pointers, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 3 personal fouls. Garzon, the girl from Indiana, played 30 minutes, 12 points, but she fouled out early in the fourth quarter. I think there's 7 or 8 minutes left when she fouled out. 5 for 11 shooting, 2 for 6 on 3-pointers, 2 rebounds, 3 turnovers, and of course 5 fouls. This Walker girl, I don't know what her first name is. She played 41 minutes, most on the team. 15 points, 6 for 6 on field goals, 0 for 2 on 3-pointers, and then 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 3 fouls.
I think it's is it Lauren Walker or Laura Walker or something like that?
It begins with a K.
Okay, so Kaylin, is it? I don't know.
Katie, maybe? I don't know. Anybody knows? Go ahead. Oh, you know what? We got all kinds of comments, and I didn't even have them up here ready to go. All right, ugly win.
Ahead.
Why get so comfortable? Okay, guys, let's talk about that. 3 minutes. We're 17 up, 3 minutes to go, and it looked like Jan called off the dogs, as far as I'm concerned, because they were running the shot clock way down and passed up open shots. Shots were passed up. Okay, so why did we get so comfortable with the lead and decide not to? I'm gonna leave it open for you guys.
I don't know, maybe rush shots or not creating not like them trying to create turnovers off of our bad passing or anything like that. But when you're up 18 or 20 points and then all of a sudden you gave it away, usually 90% of those teams lose those games.
Exactly.
They usually do.
Yeah.
But then you just, I think what they need to do more is just don't get too comfortable. Just keep getting buckets. Get to the rim. Get open shots. Get to the free throw line.
Yeah. If you're open shots there, take it. I mean, even my
Exactly.
wife is standing there. Hannah has a wide open shot underneath the basket and decides to pass it out to the front.
I
And then
saw
the
that
ball gets
too.
turned over. And she's going, Hannah's wide open. Why didn't she just take
Yeah,
the shot?
take it to the rim.
She was at the
Get to the
rim.
foul line.
And then Ava takes a shot, and you could tell she was expecting to get fouled, but she went up and hit that ball underneath the rim or underneath the backboard. She didn't even attempt to try to put it over the rim, I don't think.
Yeah, you can't get too comfortable. You just got to keep going. Keep pushing it.
I couldn't understand. I think Brenda Freeze is a really great coach. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
pretty obvious. She's probably going to end up being the all-time Big Ten winningest coach if she stays in the profession a while longer. But I couldn't understand why she waited so long to play her frenetic, hectic pace.
Yeah, did you notice
The
that?
first
Because
half
remember,
was almost
A
kind
little
of
bit.
the first half was almost kind of boring.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
and that's just great. And I'd sent you a thing on the first time out. I go, Maryland's coming out in a soft press. They're not even trying hard. But then the second half,
No.
they came out a little harder.
then the last 4 minutes they finally started really pressing.
Yeah,
And
they
why they
were
didn't
in the
do that
face and getting turnovers and
unless they're so short of players because
Mhm.
they got a lot of five players are out. But
Right.
there at the end, they actually put a girl on Hannah on the inbounds pass, fronting her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they played
Why
8
didn't they do
players,
that
though.
earlier?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
turned up the defense in the second half. I agree on that. I mean, made us rush get down in the shot clock and make us make tough shots, which defensively, that's smart as a coach
Yeah.
to go do that.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I was thinking, as much energy it took because they did their press that hard late in the fourth quarter, and they were doing it awfully hard, and they came back. I got to thinking about even though they had momentum, and momentum usually wins you the game that favors the team in overtime. But a lot of times, if you extend a lot of energy trying to come back and you send it
Yeah.
to overtime, then you're usually out of gas and you have
Yep.
nothing
You get
left. And
tired.
Jason called
Yep.
this one in our group chat tonight. He said they were
Yeah,
exhausted, and he felt
he
good
was
about
right
this
on.
win.
He was
Yeah,
right on target.
watching a little bit of the highlights of the overtime, yeah, they were just dragging.
Mm-hmm.
And we got make sure we got back and played defense and then getting into, and running. When you want to make a team exhausted, you run.
Yeah,
And that's why they run in practice.
I didn't read McCabe's stats tonight. We need to read this because of this question.
Yeah, she had a good game.
Yes, she
Yeah.
did.
She played 31
Mhm.
minutes, 12 points, 4 for 8 field goals, 4 for 8 on her 3-pointers, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She had a great game. That's
Yeah.
why.
She's been
That's why
she's
you
been
don't.
doing that about all. She's been
She's
doing that about all
consistent.
year.
Yeah,
She is
her defense
consistent.
has gotten better. People wanting her to be benched. I don't agree with that because
No,
she can
she's
get hot
fine.
any moment. She could be like Caitlin or Jordan Bohannon. Just anytime she can just go off for a bunch of threes.
But usually if she misses one, she usually gets that offensive rebound by herself and then goes back shooting it and she makes it.
Yeah, but
I
I
watched
always
that a
like it
couple
when she gets her
possessions
first
too.
one. Every time she gets her first one down, I feel good about the rest of her night because I believe that she got
I do
3
too.
3-pointers last game because of that.
She's kind of a
Yeah.
streaky shooter, but
She
once
is very
she's on,
streaky.
once
Mhm.
she's on, it's game over. Like she can hit back to back to back possess.
Yeah. So apparently she was it McCabe that was shooting after the game the other night against Michigan State? Because I know that
McCabe, Teagan, and Addie Deal were all out after the game, shooting like an hour after the game.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
why not?
But one of the register guys, I think his name is Dargan. His name is Southern Dargan.
Dargan Southern.
Yeah. He was doing a little video clip in the corner where they keep the rack ball, and then of course Taylor. He said that Taylor McCabe came out and took the ball rack while he was there and he explained to her what he was doing, and she says, "Oh, I can just leave you alone if you want me to." And he goes, "No, you go out there and shoot if you want to." But he didn't mention anything about the other two.
That's how you get better. If you're on a struggling night, things aren't falling. Get back, after the game, get back into the gym and shoot. It's the only way to get better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and free throws too. I wouldn't mind, some of those girls working on the free throw shooting. Ava, Hannah. It's like I would like to know what we're shooting as a team for percentage on free throws. What did we shoot tonight?
I think it's around 67 or 8%, which ain't good enough.
It's almost 70%, which if you usually shoot 70% as a team from the free throw line, you win a lot of games.
Yeah, you need to be up around 75.
If you hit 75, you're a really good shooting team.
Yeah.
Guys. By the way, tonight I heard, I don't remember if it's Kakerd or who it was tonight. I like to give people credit, but this is the most undefeated into the Big Ten season we've been since 1996.
When
they started out
12-0. They were 12-0.
What are we, 7-0, or are we 7-0 or 8-0?
8-0. 8-0. Tied for first place.
Okay.
And going,
gonna be 9-0 after Sunday about 3:30.
Yeah, Sunday's gonna be tough, and I will watch that whole. I will watch that whole game.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Ohio State's coach gonna look at the film from Maryland tonight and said, "Yeah, we ain't pulling the press early. We're gonna press right from the beginning."
I want to know. They were behind Indiana in the first half. I wonder if they ended up blowing out Indiana tonight or what happened.
Let me see what I can find.
That's pretty good. That's the best record since 1996. So that's pretty good. So
96. Wow. Was
1996. Were you even born, kid?
Oh yeah, I was born in 87. So
okay.
Who was the coach? Was that Vivian Stringer at the time?
In 87. In 96, I think it was Angie Lee, I think.
Never heard of who,
Indiana.
She's the one that took Vivian. She's the one that took Vivian's place, and she was National Coach of the Year. Her first year, she went 32-4 or something, and then everything, the wheels fell off. Her last year, they were probably almost last in the Big Ten, and probably won 9-10 games.
You know how stupid this is? I just asked for an update on the score, and it says, "I'm sorry, these two teams are not scheduled to play today."
Well, you didn't say women's.
I did.
Gotta be very specific.
I know everything else is coming up women's too. Okay, here we go. Let me see what ESPN has.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm wrong a lot. It surely wasn't a men's score I've seen.
Okay,
I'm looking on the bottom line on ESPN. They have nothing right now. They're going through the scores, and I might have missed it too.
Okay.
Oklahoma was ahead by 4 with 6 minutes to go.
Okay. Ohio State is still trailing. 4 minutes to go in the third on Peacock. Indiana's ahead 47-43, and Ohio State's at home. USC's on top of Michigan State 45-44. 4 minutes left in the on BTN in the third. Michigan won over Rutgers pretty easily. Iowa won. UConn won.
Yeah.
Tennessee's beating Kentucky. Oh, did beat Kentucky.
There's
That's an
Jenny.
upset. What's that?
There's beautiful Jenny. She's up by 6 with 6 minutes to go now.
Okay, cool. All right, so I gave you all the updates that we have. Yep, 71-65 right now, 6 minutes to go in the fourth.
Yeah.
Okay. And Vanderbilt won their game tonight, ranked number 5, beat Auburn 81-53.
What?
Jeez.
I'm going to ask you two a question about tonight. What does it mean for the rest of the season? Does it mean that these girls know that they can fight back and gut one out? Does it mean that it's hurting their confidence the way they blew a lead? What do you guys think?
I don't think it's going to hurt their confidence. I think what's going to happen is they know what they did to lose that lead.
Yep.
You know, and I would hope that Coach Jan will learn this lesson as well as the girls, that even a 17-point lead with 3 minutes to go is too early to take the air out of a ball on a team like that. You cannot do that ever.
No. And especially here in the Big Ten, any game is not just given to you. You have to earn that win.
Yeah.
And you can't take anybody lightly. That's the kicker. You can't.
Yeah. Did Jan think they were going to keep the soft press on all night, down 17 points? Heck no. They were going to turn up the heat. They were trying to get back in that game.
They were trying to create turnovers and make us rush shots, and so I understand that.
Got to give Maryland credit for getting back, into the game and sending it to overtime.
Right.
You know,
but I think they got to go in the rest of the season one game at a time.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter who they're playing.
They can't look ahead.
No, can't look ahead. Can't get ahead of yourself. You get ahead of yourself, you do a lot of thinking.
I think my opinion on the question I ask you is a huge positive, because Jan can be in their ear the rest of the season about how you guys almost blew that game. It was like, you guys remember when we were up by, I think, 12 at Nebraska when Caitlin was a senior. Caitlin was sick, but she had like 30 points.
Yeah, they struggled
by the end of the third quarter.
She had nothing.
We blew that game, and Caitlin was so pissed.
Yes, she was
in the locker room. She used the F word profusely and threw a water bottle into the backboard. And Lisa was frickin' using the F word over and over again.
She was not happy.
Out.
Yeah, they struggled.
I think, and after that, we went through the Big Ten tournament, and I think we won. We played Nebraska again, and it was a close game. But the other games, we played Maryland, and we played Maryland, and I think Ohio State, and beat them by like 35 points each.
I think that Nebraska game, you're right. I think Caitlin's senior year, that at Nebraska was like a turnaround. Was like, all right, we're gonna do something. We're gonna go into this Big Ten tournament, and we're gonna run the table.
Yeah, who did we beat in the title game for the Big Ten? Was it Ohio State or Nebraska? It was Nebraska. Okay.
It was Iowa, Nebraska.
And we had to, remember Gabby had to block the shot at the end?
Yeah. She came out of nowhere.
Gabby, gotta love Gabby.
And I think it went into I think it was an overtime game. I believe it was an overtime game.
Yeah.
And Gabby got us into the whole championship game,
whole
too.
Point of, the whole point of that loss is it showed Lisa could tell them, and Caitlin knew. The worst feeling in life is when you just throw something away or waste something that you shouldn't have.
I've done that.
If you're great at something and you never take advantage of it,
right.
That's the worst feeling in the world, because it's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault.
Exactly.
Exactly. Anyway.
you gotta take ownership, and you gotta learn from it. And I think with this game, I think they learned, okay, let's not take the pedal off the metal. Let's just go. And
Yeah,
just
well,
keep
that's what they
going and
did that
not
against
stop.
Nebraska. That game he's referred to, they did that against Nebraska. But Caitlin, I don't think had a point in the second half. And I think she only took like 2 shots, not second
Yeah,
half, but
she
but the fourth
struggled.
She had points right up into the third quarter, and then she never scored in the fourth quarter.
Right.
But she
She
was sick. I
struggled.
thought she was sandbagging so she wouldn't break Pete Maravich's record till she got home.
Right.
But I
That's
didn't
what
know she
everybody
was so.
thought. That's what everybody thought.
I didn't know she was so sick.
Hey, was that
But,
also the game where Lisa got upset when they postponed her at the podium and everybody could
yeah.
hear her yelling out in the hallway?
Yeah, she was definitely chewing ass. It was awesome.
She's
It
a
was
good. She's a. My mom would have called her a good Christian woman because she knew how to use the words you
I
weren't
mean, you're
supposed
not
to
wrong.
when you
You're not
had to.
wrong. I mean,
So
Jan's she's got a lot of Lisa in her coaching style. I have watched these games and I'm like, wow, she is jumping, firing. That's
Mhm.
Lisa,
I
100%.
think I think Jenny, who coaches for Oklahoma, is a clone of Lisa.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she's got that fiery
Yeah, at least
instincts and
Jan is more of a defensive coach and more of
yes,
a big person coach.
yes. She's a post. She's
So
always been a post.
Yeah.
You know.
So we
yeah.
got Ohio State coming up next on Sunday. How do you guys feel about this game?
It's Ohio
Easy
State.
win. Yep.
Oh, Calvin's pretty confident. I'm liking it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I like
I
it.
pulled
But
it.
again,
Dean will tell you the last pod I pulled a Joe Namath, and I guaranteed we were going 2-0. And if we don't go 2-0, I gotta apologize to our audience Sunday night. So
Yeah.
all right.
So,
I'm not saying nothing because if I do it, I'm gonna jinx it, and I ain't jinxing it.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
It's gonna every game from here on out is gonna be super
Yeah.
tough for them.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they've proven to us that they can win. How many ranked teams have we beaten this year? We just lost to 2 ranked. I think we're 4-2 on ranked teams this year.
I'll take that.
I don't know. But I just don't Hawk fans tend to be pessimistic, and that night 2 nights ago, whenever our podcast was last night, whenever it was, Dean, I don't remember.
It was last night.
Was it?
Yeah,
It was
I just
last night or
decided
Tuesday or one of the two?
I just decided I don't like predicting games or anything. Dean knows that, but I just decided somebody ought to be optimistic once in a while, And that's
Leave
why
it
I
to
said
Calvin, ladies and gentlemen.
so. Anyway,
Well, that's all right. I mean, someone's got to do it, and it ain't gonna be me. I'm just a newbie. What do I know?
You're not a
yeah.
newbie. You know what's going on, buddy.
Somewhat, somewhat.
2 minute, 2.5 minutes to go. Oklahoma's ahead by 4, but they just turned it over in an easy layup for South Carolina. So
now they're
2
only
point
down by
lead
2.
with 2 minutes. Yeah.
Where's the game at? In Oklahoma?
In Oklahoma.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, South Carolina team better get out of Oklahoma tonight because they're expecting 18 to 25 inches of snow tomorrow in that Oklahoma City area, and that includes Norman because Norman's in that area, and and single digit temperatures. Oklahoma's not used to this, guys.
No.
I see Calvin's a little bit ahead of me. I just saw the Oklahoma girl fall down trying to make a pass and led to the easy lay-in for South Carolina.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're way behind.
I am, I know. Man,
which one of you
people, man, you must be
are
way
you
ahead of us. Holy jeez.
Are you on YouTube, Kyle? Are you on YouTube TV?
No, I got Fubo.
Okay, YouTube TV is always way behind.
Okay, I got Mediacom, high speed. whatever.
See, Calvin,
And
Calvin's lucky.
nobody's ever ahead of me as far as watching on TV. But
Guys, this is great. Okay, if we beat Ohio State at home, USC is our next game on the 29th of January. That's a Thursday night next week.
That's our West Coast swing.
Yep. Okay. We have a chance to win that. We can win 2. We can be 10-0 going into the UCLA game on Sunday, February 1st.
yeah.
That would be.
It's not impossible to beat UCLA because we got talent. We're just young.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we got 3 seniors who are gutsy, defensive,
right.
way better players this year. McCabe and Feuerbach are way improved. But I would say that, UCLA is the only team that we really shouldn't be favored in.
Right.
Really.
The thing is with UCLA, we cannot have all those turnovers. We have to protect the ball. If we have less than 15 turnovers, we have a hell of a shot.
Yes.
I mean, we could get beat by 25 points.
Right.
Yeah.
And we
can get beat by 25 points at UCLA, but I'm also saying that you never know what can happen. Who would ever thought we were going to beat South Carolina that year? They were unbeaten for 2 years.
Right.
And Caitlin beat them. Anything can happen.
Right. Yeah. I mean, not gonna lie, I've been kind of keeping up with with this team so far, and going out west. Either Iowa's record in basketball and football going out west, it's not very good.
Well,
I mean, I don't even know what is Iowa women's record going into John Wooden Pavilion or Pauley Pavilion.
I don't remember us ever doing good out west. Vivian.
Yep.
We used to have really good. Like the year Ice Edwards, we were like the number 1 or 2 team in basketball that year with Ice Edwards' senior year. She was National Player of the Year, and they sent us to go play San Diego State in California in the NCAA tournament, and we got beat. So we don't have a great track record. I don't care what sport it is
I agree.
Other than I'm sure Dan Gable did all right, but
right. The only one that's got like a winning record.
You notice Dan Gable's never brought a team or Tom Brand's team out to the West Coast.
I think he knows. Yeah. Well, if Gable has success, I don't know if I have success.
I said on the last podcast, Dan Gable had like a 59 straight dual winning record, and he went to California and wrestled Cal State, Bakersfield, and Jose, and he got upset like 19-18 or something. So maybe Dan didn't do too good out. Maybe Dan didn't do too good out there. Anyway,
I want to point something out. One of Iowa's wrestlers who doesn't appear to be wrestling this year, is his name is Miguel Estrada. He's from Bakersfield, undefeated state champion here in Bakersfield, and he's on the thing. So I wrote Tom Brands an email asking him. I said, "Would you consider scheduling Cal State Bakersfield on a road team so that Miguel Estrada friends and family can come watch him wrestle against Cal State Bakersfield right here?" And he never wrote me back though. Dang it! And I even wrote him before the season too.
Are you going to go to the game there, Dean? The UCLA game or the USC game too?
The UCLA one is out for sure. Because I got to be at church on that day. Because I help out at church. I do volunteer work, so I can't miss. But USC is very much in play, but my car is still in the shop, so I got to find somebody and buy them a ticket and see if they'll drive me down to the game. If they'll do that, then I will go to the.
Yeah, that'd be. I have never been to like the West, like USC or UCLA. I definitely want to go to John Wooden, Pauley Pavilion, and go to John Wooden Court.
That would be cool to go to.
Just because it's named after one of the greatest coaches of all time, and I have one of his books, and it is. I started to read. I was like, wow. He opens up the playbook, shows what plays he used to run, and I'm like, wow. That's why he's Hall of Fame and well-known coach.
Yeah. Boy says
The
McCabe is sometimes hot and cold. I was just saying that
the South Carolina Oklahoma game 75-75 with 18 seconds left.
Who's got the ball?
Yeah.
It's a timeout, but I think South Carolina does.
I think so too.
Yeah. You guys are fun watching this game. I mean,
yeah.
I know we're not supposed to give play-by-play, or we'll get turned into the.
But you can just say what happened. Like somebody stole the ball and then they came down and scored.
Yep, South Carolina ball. Oklahoma's got 2 timeouts left.
Oh yeah. Oklahoma can do this, guys. I'm pulling for Oklahoma. Has South Carolina lost a game yet this year?
They lost 1.
It'll probably go into overtime or something.
Could.
Anything can happen. You gotta think in basketball.
You just can't believe the athletes that South Carolina have on their team.
Yeah, from the Quad Cities, they had a girl from Rock Island went to South Carolina. Caitlin Carr.
Okay.
Was on the roster, but I don't remember what year it was. But man, watching her at Rocky, she can play some basketball.
Is that what you guys call Rock Island? Rocky?
Rocky, yeah. It's Rocky Moline. They always did, what's one of the biggest robberies in the Western Big Six Conference on the western side of Illinois?
The year that Caitlin upset South Carolina, the Quad City girl was on that team.
Yeah,
and she had real long eyelashes.
Yeah.
And tall. And she was not as tall as Cardoza and Aaliyah Boston, but she was a small forward. I didn't think her name was Card. I don't know what her name was.
Yeah. I'll have to look. Yeah, now you're gonna make me look. Okay, I have some homework to do.
It's good. The game's going in overtime. So.
Darn, you know what? I forgot to ask Molly to join us tonight. Dang it.
Hey, ask her to join us on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, South Carolina was dribbling up to the top of the key, and Oklahoma had like 2 girls right in front of her and stopped her and got the. Wow.
He's laughing at you because that already happened.
I know. That's fine.
Right now they're taking like a 3-minute break between to start the overtime. They're sitting over there drinking, and you go, "Oh my God, they got the ball at the top of the key!" And they're.
I'm sorry. Hey, my bad.
Okay,
guys, as fast as you are.
Hey guys, I got to read Boy's comment. I don't want him feeling left out tonight. So he mentioned that McCabe is sometimes hot and cold, kind of streaky. He says. But yeah, we know
that's what I said. McCabe is a streaky shooter.
He's very said that.
Yeah. Every 3-point shooter, every 3-point shooter is. People don't remember that Caitlin shot like 40% from 3. It wasn't like she hit 80%.
No.
So.
Yeah, I was waiting for Lisa's podcast originally. So hey, by the way. Should we talk about the punter that we picked up that we picked up right after we went off the air last night?
Sure.
Talk about him.
I'm confusing every podcaster in the world because I keep saying Doc Everett all the time because I changed his name to Doc because he's going to be a doctor. So you watch every media person in a year from now will be calling him Doc. So.
You bet.
Is his name Hunter or what? Boston Everett? Boston Everett?
Everett.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I tried to get people to use E-Rod on Emily, but nobody will.
I watched a little bit of highlights. They're saying he's the next Tory Taylor.
I hope he can hit 50 yards because he hit 48, 49 yards, but his replacement only hit 43 yards this year, And
That's all right.
the Simpson punter is only 43 yard when he punts. So I
Well,
think it's important.
Mhm.
Well,
Niall
Dean's
Kinnick's
popular tonight.
Well, somebody's trying to call me. I don't want to talk to him.
Niall Kinnick's calling.
Anyway.
From the grave? From heaven?
Oh, that's funny.
What was I
That
gonna,
just made
what
my
was I
night.
gonna
That's pretty
say?
good.
Well, one thing about Dakin is, you know, he wasn't like Torrey Taylor where he was punting from his own 20-yard line a lot.
No.
You know, this year we had a team that got first downs, made third down conversions, fourth down conversions. So he had a lot of short leg punts.
Yeah, it kind of made it a little bit easier on him.
Hey, I just got
like
to
it
thinking
better.
of something too. Troy Taylor, when he went to the Chicago Bears, he doesn't punt a lot there, does he?
That was his first year. First year he punted a whole lot.
Yeah, but this
the Bears'
year,
offensive line sucked.
Every game I watched, he wasn't punting hardly at all.
He
they would go for it on fourth down, or they would convert on third down.
Yeah, this year.
But he had a really good punting average this year in the NFL, a lot better than his first year. And but in the NFL, there's so many good punters that, you know, you can average freaking 45, 46 yards and you're like 8th in the league.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Just let it roll.
Let it rip, yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
That's true. Yeah, our offense this year has really, but
Oklahoma's kicking their rear end now. They're up by 8 with 2 minutes to go, and they got the ball.
Is that Iowa? We lost to Oklahoma, didn't we, last year in the tournament?
Yes.
They had like 30-some points.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Jenny is a great coach.
But if you notice that Iowa's kind of built that way, a lot of taller people, but not as athletic. Oklahoma was tall and athletic.
And they're built. They are built.
Well,
yes.
that girls are very strong with the ball.
That big Beers girl in the middle killed us last year. Ava, she'd knock Ava on her rear end. You know, I think she transferred
out at the end of the third quarter.
She transferred to Oklahoma from like Oregon or Iowa. Played him in the tournament. You know, the year before she transferred to Oklahoma. I think she was from maybe the western part of the United States, but I could be wrong. But she's playing tonight and she's dominating. You know.
That Beers girl for Oklahoma.
I do not want to meet Oklahoma in the tournament this year unless it's for the title game.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play Jenny. I don't want to play Jenny either. And Lisa did not want. Lisa hated that they played each other last year because they're, you know, Jan's Lisa's girl and Jenny's Lisa's girl. You know, what do? You know, when you're Lisa. You know,
right?
And they're ahead by 11 with 50 seconds to go. So
yeah, they got that game. What do you guys think? Anything else you guys want to contribute before we get off the air?
Negative.
Not really.
I thought
we're going to be back on. We're going to be back on in a couple nights. So
yeah.
And I'll do my homework this time, and I'll make sure I'll get it.
Hey, if they come back and tie it up with the last second, please don't turn the TV off.
I won't this time. I'll stay on.
Don't be describing your Fubo channel to us, okay? So
yes, master.
Okay. Boy says Oklahoma had a lot of bigs. That's how he put it.
They had everything last year when they played us. They had big girls and they had ball movement. They had pressure defense. They had shooting. You know, I think they're a little bit younger team this year with what's her name? Chavez, the great freshman.
Yeah.
She's at the free throw line right now. But anyway,
all right, guys,
but yeah, you can wind her up if you want to, Dean.
Let's wind her up. Guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. I know that a lot of you who are watching this on replay because you're over at Corey's. bitching and moaning or cheering or something, But either way,
whatever you do.
Yeah, I'm glad you're watching. Anyway, okay. Anyway, don't forget to hit the sub button, hit the like button, leave a couple of comments. There's a couple of comments. One from your friend that you talked about last night, Kelvin. And so he backed you up.
He told me he commented. He said he commented and told the story about me in my big notebook I had in school with all the player stats in it.
Yeah, he said you.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Kelvin. That's impressive. I like that. I'm very impressed with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he said that he created the football fantasy before it was a thing.
No, I really kind of did. Then when I was in science class, I think I was in maybe the 8th grade or 9th grade, and the teacher said, "Make 2 predictions for the future." And
this sounds good.
Well, and they were really good because there was no cable TV then, and I said very shortly there's going to be a TV station that just shows sports all the time, and I said there's going to be also another station that just has music all the time, and hell, within 5 years there was MTV and ESPN.
Yeah, and then CMT came out, with all the country and all that. So,
there you go. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Anyway, guys, thank you. Leave your comments, hit the sub button, hit the like, share it. We're out.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. We'll see you Sunday night.
Yeah.